Part 2 of selected Tukaram poetry from Penguin Classics. Part 2. Why should I set up this shop and mind its business? Why should I advertise it making such a high pitch? What's one small soul to you that you would run to my rescue? Isn't it futile to hope that mouthing mere words would reveal you? A king may not grant land to the landless, but wouldn't he at least ensure that his subjects get a meal? After all, a king must protect the myth of his benevolence. Don't you see the point, O Lord? If you refuse me, says Tuka, I'll be forced to close down your shop. My knowledge of you is reproduced from the learnt words. It's like a treasure extracted from a mirror. When you become real for me, O Lord, there's the pinch. I sing, I dance, I eat, I shit, breathe like a flower, I contain your seed. I'm losing time, God, I can't bear to wait. I am eager to receive your very being, says Tuka. It is the right thing that Narayana did. He made my jewels part of me. Words came out like flashing gems deep within me. He was the mind. Words experienced the meaning of being unended. Says Tuka, Ananta is the infinite one. My gift has no limit. Insects in a fig. Cannot imagine worlds other than the fig. There are so many fig trees in these woods and so many vast clusters of stars. To each his own is Brahman, absolute being. How many such astral eggs will there be? The vast one bristles with hairs of infinity. Then there's the one who contains trillions of vast ones. That same one is Nanda's loved little son, Krishna, the infant, bliss infinite. When Tuka experienced that bliss, God's poetry enters his small head. Seems that Tuka's got a small head. My first verse will thread the three worlds. I shall sing of my sacred Pandarang. My second verse will find otherness nowhere. In crowds and forest I find Pandarang. My third verse is fathomless space. The whole of God is forest and crowds. My fourth verse is a mill and everything's grist. And I grind all into one being, Pandarang. My fifth verse is my home where I was born. I shall sing of Pandarang on and on. My sixth verse begins where the six scriptures end, and there is my guru, Pandarang. My seventh verse is constant remembering. Pandarang is my eyes absolutely still. My eighth verse spans the 28 ages. Pandarang has stood still by the Chandra Brahaka. My ninth verse spells the end of the grind, and the whole world is freed from the wheel of death. My 10th verse is trusted to the 10 avatars, says Tuka. I shall not return to any world again. And I don't know if this is a new poem. I guess it is, because he ended it with says Tuka. My tongue being swift as lightning, I vacillate without reaching the origin of being. O Lord of Pandari, that's where it hurts. Who will understand the root of my sufferings? To them I have become worthy of worship. I have become so vain, I cannot become free. I cannot find the surest sign of you. Says Tuka, my ego strangles me. His ego has been strangling him. cute. It was no use. I spread the word of God in the world, but my dialogue with him proved nothing. In my eyes, he is empty. He does not care if one starves to death. My goodness, I command a literary style, but it leaves me cold. I am an exile in both my worlds. I can neither lead an average life nor be with you. Says Tuka, I wish I knew it earlier, before this obsession destroyed me. My God. Seems it's... My senses are at war among themselves. Ears demand what satisfies the tongue. My hands, my feet, my forehead all join the battle. It's not a case where the ears listen quietly to the mouth that sings of your properties. Every sense demands the whole of you to choose from. Says Tuka, O Narayana, yield to such is my frenzy, for such is my frenzy. This is almost like poetry here. Here's how you do poetry. To arrange words in some order is not the same thing as the inner pose of that's poetry. The truth of poetry is the truth of being. It's an experience of truth. No ornaments survive a crucible. Fire reveals only molten gold. Says Tuka, we are here to reveal. We do not waste words. This is one of my favorites. This is talking of poetry and truth. It's like Darshan says that your poem should be from your life. To arrange words in some order is not the same thing as the inner poise, that's poetry. The truth of poetry is the truth of being. It's an experience of truth. No ornaments survive a crucible. Fire reveals only molten gold. Says Tuka, we are here to reveal. We do not waste words. He's saying don't waste your words. What's he saying to you? We have been reading from Tukaram Says Tuka. He's at the end of his poem, he says Tuka. So that means it must have been Tuka said it. And this is the Penguin Classics, translated by Dilip Chitre. Tukaram is a 17th century bhakti poet and mystic, and is regarded by many as the greatest poet in the Marathi language. He's also was born 1608, and he's a low caste, Sundra family. He's like a nobody. He was low caste. He's not even high caste. So, very nice.